All right, let's transform this guy. And before we start, I have to say this is actually a really fun one to transform. All right, so first let's take off that fusion cannon. And then we just have to take off this little laser part as well. Now we'll open up the arms. So each side panel opens like this, and then you rotate it around 180 degrees. And once the fist is pushed in, you just close it back up and turn it in 90 degrees. Same thing here. Open up the side panels, flip in the fist, rotate it 180 degrees, close it shut, and then just rotate the lower arm in 90 degrees. Now this part you just have to pull out. Kind of do it by wiggling it in and then pulling out. And now what I like to do is lift up the arms like this at this point, and then we'll open up the back panel and then flip out this section. And I turn the turret part here 180 degrees at this point. Now let's take the chest. We'll pull it open. And then just lower this part down. You want to do this right at this spot. And then flip the head in. Lift the front portion of the tank back up. It clicks right in. Nice and smooth. And then we'll rotate the waist to 180 degrees. You see that part's still open. And now we're going to take these side flaps, lift them up, and bring them around like so. You see these tabs here, they fit into each other. So what you'll do now is just lift up the leg 90 degrees. And it should tap in right away. We'll do the other side as well. I'll just lift up the leg 90 degrees and tab it in. This sometimes gets loose throughout the transformation, so you just got to push it back in. All right, now let's work on the front part. We're going to just push this whole section back in until it clicks, and you should get a straight, basically a straight 180 kind of looking feel to it. All right, there it is. Nice and straight. Okay, now we're going to move to the turret part. We're going to lift this up. You're going to wiggle it up so you get a 90-degree angle with these kind of 3 pivot points. We'll do the same on the other side. It takes a little bit of work sometimes, but that's the configuration you want, and then they tab into each other. You can see it's a little off, but once you play around with it, it will close in. Any second now. There you go. That's pretty much the way it's supposed to look. All right, now we'll move on to the legs. And so you got to lift this flap up on each side. And this part's actually kind of fun. So you untab this back part, which forms the middle part of the tread. And then, yeah, you see that part keeps coming out, but it will all tab in perfectly once everything's set up. So then just open up each leg to basically form the tread. And here's the other one. And then what you have to do is open up each of these sections, so the front and the back, and there's a little piece that opens up once you do that. So here's one, you just pull it out like that, close it back up, and then you do the same for the back. There's another piece, And then close that back up. And then all you have to do is lift up this middle section. You just gotta push it up like that. It tabs in. And there you go. That's one side of the tank. And now we'll do the same thing on the other side. So open it up. Pull this out and then close it. And then we'll do the same for the other part of it and close that. And then for the middle, we just do the exact same thing. Lift it up, it clicks in pretty tightly actually. And now we have both sides ready. So now all we have to do is tab each of the treads into place. You can see right here there's a major one, but there's also some minor tabs that click throughout this section so that it tabs in properly and it doesn't move. Once you get that main one, they pretty much line up perfectly. And then you just have to squeeze. What I do is anyways, I squeeze the two together. See right here, I'll just show you quickly. Right there's another tab. So once it's lined up, everything should squeeze together perfectly. It's right there. And you can see how smooth and tight everything looks. So now we just got to do the back. So you see this part here, you got to fold this back in. And you don't want to go too deep. You kind of want to line it up. See this one, I went a little too far in. So let's try the other one. And I'll just fix this one. It's supposed to pretty much be flush with the turret section. Just like that. And now we'll just do the last part, which is folding up the back. So you push up the back of the foot, turn the whole thing in. There's a tab like right here. It's not the strongest of tabs, but it generally stays in place. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Just fold that part in. It's actually not the back, it's the front part of the foot. And it should all fit nice and snug. That's pretty much the body. Now all we have to do is grab the fusion cannon and we undo this. It's kind of an ingenious way. I haven't seen this done recently, or I mean at all really. You just open that up and then before we put it on the tank, we'll take this part, just push it in. And then you can see it fits right in that part that I was kind of struggling with a bit, but now you see why it has to be perfect. And then there's another couple of tabs right in the front on each side. And as soon as they're lined up, they'll tab in like this any second now. There you go. And there you go, Megatron transformed into his tank mode.